All right, my loves, we're here to dive into another message. I've moved my camera around, so bear with me here. We got to get this back on track. Okay. So I was pulled to the Desert Rites Oracle here for this message. It's always a pretty profound message when this deck is wanting to be used. So let's step into this and see what wants to come through here. All right, the first card that we have out here is Soul Speak. I feel like the last time I did a reading with this deck, that came out. Teeny's coming over for some nudges here. Hang on, boo. We have flow. Harmony. So what I'm getting is that there's something here that is, I'm seeing rebirth. Something needs to change. You feel very strongly that something needs to change. It seems like something is like out of whack. And your soul is pulling you in the direction of flow here. Something that like readjusts or realigns something in your life. I feel like this is a collective energy too. But let's see if this comes through in a way that resonates for you as an individual, okay? You see the necessity for some kind of change. Something is, it feels like it's unsustainable. I'm hearing it shouldn't have to be this hard. It shouldn't have to be this hard. Show me the overall energy of this message, please. Overall. Page of Swords. So right now it seems like you could be in a place of just observing things, okay? And what you're observing, I think, is bringing you to this conclusion. Okay, the challenge is the Six of Wands. Show me where the focus needs to be, please. We have the King of Cups. Yeah, this is the flow. This is the harmony. I feel like this is your inner landscape, your outer landscape, okay? What's going on around you, what you're experiencing is in alignment, or we need to put it in place, okay? But we're wanting it to be in alignment with what's going on internally for us, what the truth is for us internally. So let me look at near future energy here. Three of Cups, that's a good sign. Okay, you might need some assistance. Yeah, Ten of Swords. I think that there's going to be some sort of kind of drastic change that's made. It doesn't have to be drastic, but it's a big change. And for some of you, that might mean that some people aren't going to be a part of your life anymore. Okay. So let's look at this Page of Swords. Let me see what you're observing here. The Moon. Yeah, you're able to see through. I think there's some murkiness. I think there's some uncertainty. I think that you're trying to see through this, or you have the ability now to see through something here. It's like you couldn't before. Yeah, there's the High Priestess. Wow. Look at all that Pisces energy. Which tells me that there was something that was formless, okay, that you have been trying to bring form to, trying to have an understanding of. Ace of Wands. So you haven't seen how to accomplish something here. This Ace of Wands feels like something that this change, this is the wand, this wand is the thing that sets the tone or has the potential for the change. Can you tell me anything else about this moon? Page of Pentacles. It's you have an idea about something or have had some sort of there's a glimmer of hope for something, but you haven't known how to get from point A to point B here. You've been utilizing your intuition or your higher self, okay, your knowing and the things that you've gotten clarity on, but maybe keeping to yourself. You've been utilizing that in order to, like, it almost feels like creating a plan. I'm hearing grand plan. Okay. Your grand plan then. Hmm. Just bear with me here. I would like a little bit, I think, on this High Priestess, please. Thank you. Ace of Cups. Yeah, this feels like something hasn't really been, whatever this is. Again, there's something that's been out of whack, out of alignment. Something is not sustainable. And I feel like this is about your intuition has been telling you, like, look, there is some, it's not so cliche to follow your heart, okay, and what that means. And so following your heart feels like you're wanting to, this coincides with something that you are trying to, it feels like planning. I keep getting the word plan. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like the King of Swords maybe come out. Maybe even the Seven of Swords. Let me look at this Six of Wands. This is what feels like something is unsustainable. Something is not, in the end, it's not going to result in what we want, the victory and success that we want, okay? Or the accomplishment that we want. Maybe for some of you, the recognition that you want. I don't feel like it's about recognition, though. Show me, please, the Six of Wands. Thank you. The Hangman reversed. Wow. It's like you're missing some important piece of information that you, there's something that you don't know or you don't see how. I feel like what you do have an awareness of, though, which has prompted this observation, okay, and this planning that I don't see a card for, but I feel. This is where we're seeing something not being able to continue the way it is. That's the difficulty here. Wow, the Tower reversed. Holy cow, the way these cards are coming out. So the Tower reversed, this is like, again, something being unsustainable. We're trying to hold something up here. There's the King of Swords in reverse. This is you not knowing how to plan. What to plan for, maybe. We have the Hermit. Some of you have been in this period here, or in a season, I'll say, of deep reflection about this. It's like you've been watching everything kind of go on around you here. You've been very, again, observant of things, how things work, how things function. This could, again, in your individual life, maybe in a workplace environment, maybe in a relationship. It seems like you've been very observant. I think you've also recognized, yeah, that, show me that Tower reverse. I think that you've also recognized that something that maybe you've been a part of, or that you've been, I'm hearing, condoning, consenting to by your actions. Show me the Tower reverse, please. The Eight of Swords. Yeah. Wow. This feels like something where the walls are closing in. You could have isolated yourself a little bit. Um, it could just be it could be for a purpose. It could be because there's like exhaustion or like we need like a place to recharge or a space to recharge, I should say. But this feels like the challenge being the walls closing in, but yet we're still trying to sustain it. Again, for some of you, there's a consent, an energetic consent to this. Hmm. Let's look at this King of Cups here, where the focus needs to be. Where does the focus need to be here, please, Spirit? Should be this. 9 of Cups. This feels like you got one life to live here, and we need to live it. Yeah, I keep getting the word consent. You're giving your energetic consent, and it goes against what you really need and what you really desire. We have the Page of Wands. Okay, I'm going to clarify this a little further here. We need to focus on coming up with a new idea. I'm just going to say for your life in whatever way this is around for you in your life. We need to come up with a new idea here that works, that is no longer consenting to something that is. There's a word that they're trying to give me here. Give me a moment. It could be off of like something is just in general, okay, like an umbrella energy that I'm getting here with what I'm trying to relay is that something contributes to the suffering in the situation. Something is able to function, okay, from the suffering. I feel like the 9 of Wands keeps coming through in the deck when I'm shuffling, so I feel like there's something maybe about exhaustion, being tired of something. And it feels like whatever this big shift is, the clarity that we're getting about the situation here is how we change that. So something is able to be successful or function off of this is like your life force being drained, leaking. Okay. So I feel like this idea is about the end of that. Can you show me this 9 of Cups? The World. Wow. This is how to change your environment, change your world, change your experience. This almost feels like a timeline shift, and essentially that's based off the choices that you make. Your timeline shifts happen because of choices, okay? That's what a timeline shift is, choosing a timeline. Let me just see a little bit about this Page of Wands. The Chariot, yeah. This is about you following your heart. Again, this very cliche thing. Okay. And taking action based off that alignment. That's going to be the thing that changes the outer landscape or the experience. Okay. Let's look at this Page of Cups. Show me the Page of Cups. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. There's the change. This is a collective agreement or a group agreement here, okay? It could be just like an environment that you're in. This feels like some kind of agreement being made. I want to look at that. There's the following of the heart again, okay? This doesn't feel romantic to me. This feels like, just FYI. Okay, you might be the leader here. You might be the one that stands up to this, or the one that communicates what you want to see change. It's like you're leading this. If this is individually, this could just be in your own life. But if an environment of people or a group of people is involved, you could be the like leading the charge here. This is like you coming out individually and initiating the change. Six of Cups. Wow. Wow. This feels like remembering what you're here for. Again, either in your individual life, maybe collectively, remembering what you're here for. Or it's almost like there could be some past life reflection, past life clearing of something, past life, like you're addressing something from the past life by doing this in your 2026 life. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing you being the one that is leading the charge here, or you're the one that's speaking up. This could also be about clarity for some of you, again, especially if you feel like you're remembering who you are, or you're waking up to this part of yourself that has been dormant, perhaps. I'm hearing under a trance. By the way, if you're a Phoenix frequency, I'm going to be, I have this book that I've had for a long time. And I knew that there'd be a time where it was going to be important for me to read the book. And so I have, and I want to share some things with you guys. So Phoenix frequencies, I can only trust them with it. So if you're there, I can trust you with the information. That's why I choose to share it in that location. So I feel something similar that I wanted to bring up that I wanted to read to you guys. Anyway, but this is about speaking up, speaking out, being the one to lead the charge is how this is coming through. You're the one that's initiating this. Can you tell me anything about this Wheel of Fortune, please? Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be in a work environment, changing something about a work environment. This could also be, again, let's say if this is about life force being drained, and I feel like it is on some level. This could be addressing the reason why it feels that way. For example, maybe you love your job, but the people that the higher ups or whatever are hiring, or maybe you're the one that's hiring, the people that are in place are the draining issue. Okay. So it could be about addressing that. This could also be about where your energy is going. Okay. Realizing that that's where your consent has been to something. So if this is like in your individual life, this could be like, I'm not giving energy to a situation or to this person or to this environment or to this behavior or whatever it is. I'm not doing that anymore. So this is like leadership, I feel. And it's going to set you apart. That's why I feel like the Ten of Swords is here, because I feel like there's going to be people that want to keep you where you are, that want you to remain the same, that don't want some sort of change. And you're going to have to cut these people loose. This is a resolve that I see you stepping into. This is like, I have nothing to lose here. Can you show me the Ten of Swords, please? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, Seven of Wands. This is like, I should have put these boundaries in place a long time ago. There's no time to criticize yourself, just FYI. Okay, there's no time to do that. No room for that. of Swords. I think this is about, yeah, who's going to be angry with you, who's not going to approve of this, who you're going to have to let go of, who you're going to have to shut out of your life. For some of you, this is about defending yourself against some sort of injustice. I do pick that up for a few of you. Anything else? It's something that I think you've known for a while. It's just about actually doing it at this point. We have Temperance. It's the right thing to do. You feel like it's the right thing to do because you're following your heart. I'm telling you, this is not romantic. This is about you following your heart. There might be romance involved, but for the most part, I'm seeing that this is more about you as an individual, okay? I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Magician. I'm telling you, this is about what the kind of life that you're creating or the kind of experience that you're creating here. You have the power to make that happen. Some of you are standing up to something. I'm seeing that, standing up against something. And if this is like a collective thing, this could just be who's benefiting from our suffering and stopping that. And that might mean some hard decisions have to be made. Some significant changes have to take place. And as a collective, we have to all be on board with that. We have to be in agreement with that because right now we're consenting. Okay. I want to pull, I think. Let's pull an alchemy card here. We'll pull an archetype too. All right, let's see what comes through here. Let's pull an archetype first. We have the Kiss. Huh. And we have the Medallion. Oh, interesting. This deck's been shuffled quite a bit, so I'm surprised to see not necessarily consecutive because it's 10 and then 9, but okay. All right, 50. Hang on, I'm getting there. It's a big book. Okay. The kiss, the touch, the chemistry, the boom chicka wow wow. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. So before a first kiss, the air is electrified. Okay, that might be what this is about. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. What will their lips be like? Their tongue? Do they want me in return? The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other, of letting in what was moments ago separate to become one. It is risky but beautiful business. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self toward union and acceptance. Okay, again, this union of internal energy that you're feeling, what you want to experience, and what your outer experience is. Okay, this card suggests true intimacy is around the corner, which requires bravery and surrender. When the kiss takes a non-human form, it may be experienced as touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, or being graced by a divine being. You you will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and an awakening of the heart. This feels the moment that you take the action, the moment that you step into that power. Okay, again, I don't feel like this is romantic. For some of you, there might be a romantic component here. Okay, I feel more like this is about some sort of change that you're making because you want to see. Some of you are already in a relationship. I'm picking up too, like you're already in a connection. All right, so the medallion here, the amulet, the talisman, the heirloom. The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globe. We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. The consent, that consent energy I was picking up. I lost my spot. Okay. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the object you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held on to for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it is time to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. This feels like this is what's in alignment with my soul here. This is what my heart says to do. This is where my heart says to go. You could be a little anxious here, I'm seeing, okay? But this is something that I feel like whatever you're changing, whatever has to go, feels like, this is the wrong deck. Feels like maybe there's a little bit of angst or has been some angst, but there's also some, I should have done this, like this thought, like I should have done this a while ago. I should have done this a long time before now. Again, that's where I say there's no room for criticism here for yourself, okay? You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. All right, show me the alchemical energy here. What is the alchemical energy here? Ooh, conjunction. Okay. All right, let's see. Bear with me. Big book. Don't tell me this is the last card. Dang, it is the last card. It's the last card of this deck. Love, divine union, infinity. Conjuncto is the great alchemical operation of love. Conjunctio. During this stage, we witness the miraculous work of two opposites merging to create a unique third form. Sun and moon unite to reveal the entire cosmos. Black and white unite to reveal the spectrum of color. Unlike coagulatio, conjunctio represents a conscious and benevolent union, one that springs forth from awareness, acceptance, and devotion. It is not a compromise, but rather an activation, a holding of tension and presence that allows each of the entities to thrive and express themselves. Experiencing conjunctio is one of the blessings of the human experience, whether the bond is with human nature or divinity. In this case, I feel like it's divinity. It could be, again, with a person. The bond is human nature or divinity. Recognize it by the stirring of your heart and an element of surprise. Through the opposites arises the infinite. So this is no longer, I feel like, going against what your soul is telling you about whatever situation we're referring to here for you. It's going to be different for those of you that this reading is for, okay? You're going to find that there is an ease once you actually initiate this. Again, it feels like, death and birth are parts of life, and they're not easy things. There's often pain associated with both of them, right? But I think this is about overcoming that pain, if you will, and stepping into like the celebration aspect that's meant to be there around it, even if it is death. Okay. I'm going to leave this here, and I hope that it finds whoever it's meant for. And I'm, of course, sending you a lot of love. I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.